About this time last year, the lives of 55 strangers crashed into each other like the plot of a Hollywood drama. In many ways, like being stranded on an island, IBEAR stripped away the roles of our past lives and turned a group of people with widely diverse backgrounds at once into equals. To survive meant to adapt. To succeed meant to work together. Whether it was adding a finishing touch to a presentation at 3 o'clock in the morning, plowing through 4 to 5 chapters of theory per week, or spending hours engaged in client conference calls during our international business consulting project, we juggled family needs, networking events, job searches, and just about any second we could get to relax. The tests we faced this year went far beyond the answers that ended up on a sheet of paper. Our program's dean, Dr. Jack Lewis, told us early on that the classroom was a place where we could make mistakes. Now, it is not my intent tonight to elaborate on any specific mistakes, but I can admit we made our share and that we understand what Jack means by those words. That the business world tests us in ways that even the brightest minds can't predict, and that having the right tools is only a starting point in the process of discovery. The classroom became our training ground, our case studies and projects our scrimmages. But what is a room except a stage for the individuals that inhabit it? The men and women of IBEAR 32 are a hand-picked microcosm of global cultures and industries bound together by over a combined 600 years of working experience. Our youngest, Mr. Dean Glazenberg, demonstrated that age was no barrier to intellect, providing some of this year's most insightful comments. While the eldest and most honorable, Mr. Edward Lynn, proved that age was not just a number when it came to entertaining the classroom and his comedic observations and brilliant timing. When the going got tough and our brains just couldn't absorb any more information, our CFAs, CPAs, and Six Sigma black belts got going and coached the rest of us through the difficult core classes of terms 1 and 2. Over the course of the year, we would learn the strengths of each of our classmates as they supplemented our lively discussions in the classroom, from cars to cooking, media to manufacturing, banking to biotech. I think my classmates will agree that we experienced nothing short of full service. From the smoke-filled negotiations on screen in Professor Coombs' training videos, to the smoke-filled conversations of the IBEAR smokers in the breezeway outside of Popovich Hall, it was our interaction with each other, inside and out of the classroom, that paints the complete picture of our year. We made hundreds, if not thousands, of fond memories together, and created a bond so strong that only our alumni can fully appreciate. On April 9th, 2010, however, the world had a chance to get a glimpse of this bond. After 3 weeks of practice, under the amazing choreography of classmates Jennifer Yu and Jason Schur, the participation of 16 brave volunteers, and the dedication of perhaps one of the greatest entertainers I have ever had the pleasure to personally know, Mr. Akira Sugihara. The IBEAR celebrities earned perfect scores from all judges, drumming and dancing their way to first place in the annual Marshall's Got Talent competition for charity. Through this event, and countless others, we witnessed the refinement of our leadership skills, from Bethany's bake sale for Haitian earthquake relief, to Ari's fundraiser to help the victims of the devastating 8.8 magnitude earthquake in Chile. The business world can take comfort in knowing that this year's IBEAR class has deep moral roots, and the initiative to execute change when needed. Our program's dedicated staff, led by Jack, Fuji, Yvonne, and Diana, and its battalion of erudite professors, provided immeasurable love and support to the class, treating us as a family while we were here. To our new Trojan family, and our old families who sacrificed so much to help us achieve our goals today, we are deeply grateful for your help. Please help me in giving them all a round of applause. I'd like to take this moment now to briefly examine the legacy of our class. Our operations professor, Dr. Yormark, claimed that we were too obsessed with grades, but nonetheless saw to it that we earned decent ones. Our corporate finance professor, Dr. Levitin, was convinced that we were having too much fun with our social activities. Of course, that never stopped him from attending them. In the front office, an anonymous source claimed that we were one of the most lively and productive groups to come through IBEAR, yet one of the worst at following directions. And finally, I heard a handful of others over the course of the year describe us as the best-looking class. To the new IBEAR 33s in the audience, know this: you may never be the dedicated, good-looking mavericks that we are, but we bequeath to you our battered desktops and the freedom to leave your own legacy to this incredible program, while we wait for you to join us and the other alumni back in the business world. And finally, a few words for my classmates. We will never forget our Saturday workshops, gut-wrenching cold calls, or zombie classmates wandering onto campus after all-night study sessions. We will wonder during a lunch break on any given day at our new jobs why we have a craving for Chipotle. And when our birthday rolls around 10 years from now, why we have a craving for a donut. We will never forget the simple things of this program: sharing a laugh with our friends in the hallways, or dining together in some of LA's finest restaurants. We traveled together to Las Vegas, Big Bear, Catalina, Peru, Taiwan, and across 4 continents during IBCP. We cheered together for each other's teams in the World Cup. And we rejoiced with George, Ari, and Laurent when their wives gave birth to babies Ian, Diego, Maya, and Elena. It is hard to look into the mirror and see change. But when we look at photos of ourselves a mere 11 months ago, we know we are looking at different people. Through the best times last year and the thick of it, we were by each other's side, time and time again. It is time now for us to leave the plush corridors of Popovich Hall and enter new ones in each and every corner of the world. I know all of you will go on to do great things in the business world. You would not be standing here today otherwise. My challenge to you instead is to help make sure that tonight is not the last night that the 55 of us stand together in the same room. Keep the honor and tradition of IBEAR experience forever in your hearts. Congratulations, farewell, and fight on.
So, graduates and faculty, please rise.